If you're sitting on home equity and want to use it, you have three main choices. Pick the wrong one and it could cost you thousands. So you built up solid equity in your home and now you actually want to put it to work. Maybe you're renovating the kitchen. Maybe you want to help the kids with a down payment. Maybe you're planning to buy an investment property, paying off high interest debt, or you simply need the cash, but you don't want to sell your home. The question is, how do you pull that money out? You could get a HELOC, you could refinance your mortgage, or you could get a readvanceable mortgage. All three will give you access to the equity in your home, but they work very differently. And picking the wrong one could mean burning money on interest, giving up a great rate you locked in years ago, or taking on debt before you even need the cash. By the end of this video, you'll know which option makes sense for your situation and which one could cost you more than you think. Think of a HELOC like putting a tap on your home's equity. The lender might approve you for $100,000, but that doesn't mean $100,000 suddenly lands in your bank account and you start paying interest on all of it. Maybe you're renovating your kitchen and you need $20,000 to get started. You take out $20,000. 3 months later, now you need another $15,000. You can tap into more whenever you need it, as long as you stay under your limit. You only pay interest on the money you've actually borrowed, not the full amount that's available to you. That flexibility is a big attraction, but there's a trade-off. HELOC rates are typically variable, so if rates go up, the interest you're paying can go up too. A HELOC is really convenient, but just because the money is easy to get doesn't mean it's cheap to hold on to. Refinancing is completely different. You're not just adding a line of credit beside your mortgage, you're replacing the mortgage you already have with a new one. And if you locked in a great rate a few years ago, that matters. Let's say you need $100,000. Maybe it's for home renovations, maybe it's to pay off high interest debt, or maybe you need the money for an investment property. In this situation, refinancing can be worth looking at because the rate on the mortgage may be lower than the rate you pay on a HELOC. Here's the part homeowners sometimes miss. Imagine you locked in a great rate years ago. Now you want $100,000 out of your home, so you refinance. You're not just making a decision on that $100,000. You're changing the financing on your entire mortgage. Imagine you still owe $400,000 on your home. You wanted access to another $100,000, but the decision you're making could affect the financing on that $400,000 you already owe as well. And depending on your mortgage and when you refinance, you could also face a prepayment penalty and other costs. I wouldn't simply ask, which lender is going to give me the lowest refinance rate? I would ask, if I refinance, what am I giving up? And what is it actually going to cost me? That's the number I would want to understand, because if you already have a really good mortgage, you may want to think twice before giving it up just to get at some of your equity. In that situation, keeping the mortgage you already have and adding a separate way to borrow against the equity may make more sense. On the other hand, if your mortgage is up for renewal anyway, that could be a very different conversation. That's why timing matters. Now for the option with the clunkiest name on the planet, a readvanceable mortgage. It sounds complicated, but the basic idea really isn't. Think of it as your mortgage with a line of credit working side by side. Instead of paying down your mortgage and having that equity sit there in the house, you have a way to borrow against some of it again without starting from scratch. Picture two buckets sitting beside each other. In the first bucket is the mortgage you're paying down every month. Beside it is a second bucket representing money you may be able to borrow. As the mortgage balance in the first bucket gets smaller, the amount available to borrow in the second bucket can grow. That's the readvanceable part. A readvanceable mortgage gives you ongoing access to your equity instead of taking out one big chunk of money all at once. Maybe you're renovating your house in stages. Maybe you're an investor and you want money available when the next opportunity comes along. A readvanceable mortgage sounds pretty flexible, right? It is. That flexibility comes with a trap. If you pay down $20,000 of your mortgage, then turn around and borrow that $20,000 again, you haven't really moved ahead. You've just taken the debt back on. Do that over and over again, and you're basically using your house like a giant ATM. So now you've got 3 ways to access the same equity and 3 very different ways they can cost you. So which one actually makes sense? It really comes down to how and when you need the money. If you want money available as you need it, maybe $20,000 now and another $15,000 6 months from now, while leaving your current mortgage alone, a HELOC may make the most sense. If you need a larger amount all at once, refinancing may make more sense. But look at the cost of changing your whole mortgage, not just the rate on the extra money you want to borrow. And if you want ongoing access to your equity as you continue paying down your mortgage, a readvanceable mortgage may be a better fit, especially if you expect to use that equity more than once over the years. There isn't one option that's best for everyone. The right one depends on what you need the money for, when you need it, and what each option will actually cost you. At the end of the day, equity isn't cash sitting in a bank account. To turn some of it into cash, you're borrowing against your home, and every dollar you borrow has to be paid back, plus interest. Before you touch your equity, ask yourself 2 things. What am I using this money for, and how am I going to pay it back? Because the answer will help you figure out which option makes the most sense. Think about it. Borrowing $80,000 to renovate a home you plan to stay in for another 15 years is very different from borrowing $80,000 to pay off credit card debt. Same amount of money, very different reason for borrowing it. And this is what I want homeowners to remember. Having $300,000 or $400,000 in equity can feel like you have a pile of money sitting inside your house. You don't. To turn that equity into cash, you're borrowing against your home, and you're paying interest on what you borrow. So don't start with how much can I take out? Start with how much do I actually need? What's it going to cost me? And can I afford the payments? That's the decision. So let's make this simple. Need flexible access to money while keeping your current mortgage in place? Need a larger amount all at once and refinancing your whole mortgage still makes financial sense? Want ongoing access to equity as you pay down your mortgage? Start with what you need the money for, then choose the option that gets you there without costing you more than it needs to. You might look at your house and think, my home is worth $900,000. I only owe $500,000, so I have $400,000 I can use. Not necessarily. You may have $400,000 in equity, but that doesn't mean you can borrow all of it. How much you can actually access depends on how much you qualify to borrow. If you want to see where your home equity fits into the bigger picture of your finances, I've made that really simple for you. Download the free Homeowner Wealth Assessment. It takes less than 2 minutes to go through, and it'll give you a clearer picture of how your home equity fits with everything else you're trying to accomplish financially. If you would rather sit down and look at your actual numbers together, click the link to book a mortgage strategy review with me. We can look at what you're trying to do, what you already have, and which direction makes the most sense for you. The bottom line is this: before you touch your equity, know why you need the money, what it's going to cost you, and whether the payments fit your budget. Your home is too valuable to get that decision wrong.